Freshly harvested potatoes arrive at the factory, where the chosen potatoes are gently loaded onto a conveyor belt. This belt carries them smoothly into the heart of the washing area, where a steady stream of water showers over them. This stage is important in maintaining the potatoes' hygiene and ensuring they are free from any contaminants that could compromise their quality. After the initial rinse, the potatoes enter a brushing and scrubbing phase. Here, soft brushes mounted on rotating cylinders gently massage the potatoes' skins. Once thoroughly washed, the clean potatoes proceed to a drying stage. That's a step which is typically 2 in 1, meaning they keep on drying naturally while moving ahead towards the further processing, which will be peeling. Obvious, what else it could be. Potatoes enter the automatic peeling station, where abrasive rollers gently remove their skins so they can be moved to these big choppers, which literally cut the potatoes into uniform chunks. So this factory is literally multitasking because it doesn't only prepare potatoes for silky smooth mashed potatoes, but gets the various forms of potatoes for dozens of cuisines. For example, here the special cutters have cut the potatoes into wedge shapes, so potato wedges aren't a hassle now. While some of the peeled potatoes are sent for further examination, where a bunch of experts pass the good quality potatoes to be cut into halves and packed immediately. Yes, because we can't wait more to show you guys the satisfying process of making mashed potatoes in bulk. To prepare the creamiest and most flavorful mashed potatoes, these experts are boiling the potatoes right at the spot. While in many households like mine, where spare time is literally the issue, already boiled potatoes like boiled a day or two before are used to make mashed potatoes real quick, but these buddies know never to compromise their crowing taste. When the potatoes are perfectly boiled, the unnecessary water is drained, and the steamy hot potatoes get their Disney Royal treatment in a smooth blender, as they are the main character. The blender keeps on rotating while bit by bit butter is added into it to give them a thorough and creamy blend. Talk about creamy. In order to make mashed potatoes creamy and dreamy, they'll pour in a specific amount of milk and mix it all over again. This gives the mashed potatoes a smooth texture, and that perfect consistency makes you crave for having more. And there you have it. The superheroes have gone through the ultimate transformation and the best one, ready to be served as a delicious, creamy side dish, or main, totally depends on your taste. Never underestimate any smaller element, even if it's a small gesture or machine like this nozzle, pouring the equal quantity of mashed potatoes in every batch. It was literally a team effort. But we don't end here. There's a lot more craziness to watch, so stick with us. One of the famous international frozen pizza companies is on a mission to create the most delicious pizza ever. So starting off right with smooth and fluffy dough, which is balled up and spread out neatly in thousands of pizza pans for quick and partial baking. Meanwhile, the pizza sauce is being prepared and neatly spread over the baked dough by some automatic machines, so they do not really need manual help. You know cheese could go bad, so before it may ruin the entire pizza party, They check it for its top-notch quality beforehand. If it's good enough, the crushers shred the entire cheese blocks and sprinkles over the thousands of pizzas. To give these pizzas a perfect texture, some more cheese slices are neatly added onto them. To finish it off, they pour some other sauces and ingredients so the pizzas are ready to be frozen right away. Finally, the pizzas are covered with a transparent food sheet and packed into boxes to keep them fresh and preserved. These machines won't even demand appreciation, but they do deserve it, right? So, hit the like button for the sake of these and many such robotic machines working tirelessly to give you the perfect outcome every time. Just check out how this ordinary-looking dough is going to transform into the perfect buns with a single push of a button. Yes, this entire automation you're watching right now on your screens doesn't involve manual help. Once balled up and rested in their dedicated pans, these fluffy dough balls are kept for a couple of minutes until the dough rises again and the vacuum can blow off extra crumbs to give it a neat finishing look. However, when the buns are perfectly baked, they are all set to get dressed. Hey, if you like our video, please give it a thumbs up and support us for creating more of such content for you guys. As I always say, you're all we have. Look at those nozzles pouring out the delicious jam on each half to give the best mouth-bursting flavors. Let's indulge in the golden sweetness of honey candies, where each bite is a taste of pure honey. Here the process begins with the blend of pure honey and other required ingredients, transformed by a super smart rollers into a thick, delightful mixture rolled out consistently and kneaded thoroughly. Just look at that consistency. It's so rich and smooth. This is so beautiful how these machines continuously knead the candy material without taking a break to make sure it perfectly fits your standards. Now that little automated machine's foot makes sure that each candy gets the perfect and desired shape and cut. As the candies move through the production line, quality control sensors monitor each piece. These sensors check for consistency in size, shape, and texture. Once the candies have cooled and set, they are transferred to the wrapping machine. This machine wraps the bunch of candies in protective packaging, keeping them fresh and preventing them from sticking together. Each pack holds around 9 candies, loved worldwide for their pure taste and eye-catching packaging. The wrapped candies are then packaged into boxes using the huge packaging machinery. This step prepares the candies for distribution and ready for shipping. Stop messing with your sweet tooth nature. Not everything sweet is worth tasting. So grab only your favorite honey-topped biscuits that are rich in taste and are super affordable. Do tell me when you find one. Jelly Belly candies are true gummy candies that are crispy from the outside, but a mouthful of liquid flavor bursts into your mouth as soon as you munch them. First, they mix these ingredients together in a big machine until it's just right. And once the mix is ready, the machines pour it into molds to shape the candies. Now it's time for their rest, which is not going to take so long. Once the candies cool down, they're taken out of the molds and spun around in a special machine. This makes sure they're the perfect size, shape, and texture. They make lots of candies this way, so there are tons of flavors to try. With so many different flavors, there's a Jelly Belly for every mood, and you're sure to find one you love. They make sure everyone can enjoy their favorite flavored candy and have a great time eating it. With so many different tastes, from fruity to sweet and everything in between, you'll never get bored. They surely turn snacking into a fun journey where you can discover your new favorite flavor with every bite. When it comes to comparing super smart machines with human hands, robotic machines take the cake. They do everything super fast, perfectly, and with precision. Like right now, these machines are helping to create thousands of baked crusts to be filled with different sweet and savory sauces later by bakeries and restaurants. Loads of fresh meat are brought in and fed into a super fast chopping machine. This machine cuts it all up into equal-sized pieces and packs them neatly into cans. They seal each tin tight with a cover and label, using robotic hands in very little time. Creating perfect and smooth dough is a challenging task for human hands. However, for a magical machine, shaping it into equal-sized pieces is no big deal. As soon as the dough is ready and balls are prepared, they undergo a smooth waffles making machine that rolls them up while bake them in the meantime to make sure no additional time is wasted and the result is just hilarious. In today's busy times, sandwiches are considered the perfect meal. Just pair one with a cup of coffee or tea for an easy energy boost. Advanced machinery prepares these sandwiches automatically, taking less time than you can imagine while packing a full energy punch. Different fruit flavors become uniquely delicious when enjoyed in various ways. Transforming the amazing juice and fresh fruits flavors into sweet delights, Candies is a breeze for robotic machines. Advanced machinery ensures these flavors are smooth and their textures consistent, making the taste incredibly delicious and enhanced. Robotic machines cut, shape, and create perfectly equal-sized candies in bulk in the blink of an eye. The candies are moved to be wrapped in beautiful, eye-catching wrappers, ready to be enjoyed. Watch this video so you will see how these bunch of machines make the perfect donut-shaped sponge cakes, which later will be topped and dipped into the creamy and rich chocolate. Each donut is uniformly crafted and beautifully finished. To enhance the creamy flavor, a drizzle of chocolate syrup is added on top to make every bite a delightful experience. After finishing, they move on to the next process, getting ready for perfect and safe packaging. Harvesting machines might feel like a recent upgrade, but did you know they actually started making waves way back in the 19th century? Yes, a while back, people figured out that no matter how many hours they put in, they just couldn't compete the efficiency of a machine covering even a tiny field. But of course, with every passing decade, they are thoroughly changed in terms of efficiency, style, and machinery. Now they no longer look like an ancient harvester, not even from looks. So, as this potato harvester digs into the soil, it gently lifts the potatoes to the surface. Obviously, stuff like soil and debris might come up with the potatoes, but don't worry, they will get filtered out using sieves and belts. Yeah, better to say automatically. Once automatically cleaned from the debris, the potatoes are effortlessly conveyed onto a continuous belt that dispatches them straight into the loading truck fixed to the harvester. Stick around for the major transformation to happen and watch the beautiful behind the scenes of production of millions of Lay's potato chips with us. The truck is now loaded with potatoes and is heading towards the potato chips making facility. Now this high-tech machine will help to toss out all of the potatoes into the huge storage. Okay, this much potato is going to make my day because I'm a huge potato chips lover. That's my ultimate snack. Bit of the extra dirt is going to remove, thanks to these abrasive rollers that makes it possible, and doesn't only transfer the potatoes towards storage house, but remove the debris as well. Now you can see they didn't remove all of the soil from the potatoes. It's actually a natural hack because the soil acts as a natural barrier, helping to keep moisture in and protect the potatoes from going bad. Here comes the testing part, where they're going to make chips out of 2 potatoes just to make sure if they are perfect to process. Getting a green signal, the conveyor belt system effortlessly shuttles potatoes from the harvest chamber to the factory storage and drops them directly into the river of fresh water. This setup is totally a game changer, ensuring a steady flow every time. By automating the transfer, it slashes the risk of damage and cranks up productivity, making everything run like a well-oiled machine. You can see how these potatoes, free from any debris, look super fresh and eye-catching. As they head into this massive peeling unit, they'll undergo a magical glow-up from the ugly potatoes to the clean, bare potatoes, all set for chip making. The peeling process actually takes place first in the peeling rolling machine, then right on these rollers, which are a little abrasive to remove the thin skin from potatoes. Can you guess what those besties would be talking about? Probably, Process Zone is the only channel that will show you this much bulking food processing. So why wasting more time to subscribe to them? Hit that button, dude. First, the peeled potatoes hit the observing and sorting station, coming out totally spotless and fresh. Then, they are tossed straight towards the slicing machines. Did you know that potatoes are a secret superfood? Yes, they're packed with more potassium than a banana, and can help keep your heart a healthy powerhouse. But of course, you will need to avoid this much processing and try taking the simple food for your overall health. I want to add some more information, like Lay's was the first brand to introduce unique flavors in chips, turning a simple snack into a worldwide flavor adventure. Now watch as they roll onto conveyor belts with cool technology to shake off excessive water before taking another bath. Okay, here the potato chips are continuously kept moisturized by thoroughly running water for some good reasons. Finally, they are dried off every last water droplet, making sure they're perfectly dry and prepped for their next big move. Now, as the expert machines are going to fry the potato chips batch by batch, they make sure that every chip will be perfectly cooked and none of them will get burned or ruined during the process. Meanwhile, the continuously stirring fingers play their magic and keep on rotating the potato chips upside down to get cooked equally. By drying these chips out of the excessive oil, make sure they turn out perfectly crispy and delicious. Want to get more dramatic? Let me slow down the video a little bit to give you the perfect advertisement vibes. This skilled folk expertly sorts through the batch, swiftly separating any ruined potatoes from the squad. With sharp eyes and steady hands, they ensure only the top-quality spuds make the grade. Some secret ingredients get a cool remix, mixing with the potato chips to create an amazing flavor explosion. Look at those delicious snacks. I always fall for them. After the seasoning is added, the bunch moves to the portioning unit, or you can say multi-portioned packaging machine, where it's packed into perfectly equal amounts. One more thing, did you ever shake your packet before handing it over to your siblings to get an idea which one has more chips inside it? I thought it was only me, but after watching these inside scenes, I think that's a useless thing because they had equally poured the chips into every packet, so happy sharing, buds. Every year, over 300 million tennis balls are used in games and tournaments around the world. Let's see how rubber is transformed into the iconic green balls. It all starts with the raw materials. To make a tennis ball, the factory needs rubber and felt. Rubber gives the ball its bounce, while felt provides the texture and color. Big rolls of rubber are the foundation of every tennis ball. This rubber is mixed with special ingredients to make it strong and bouncy. Once we have our rubber pieces ready, we need to shape them into tennis balls. To do this, they use metal molds that are designed to give the rubber its spherical shape. These people are so smart, they have first shaped the rubber into a sheet with molds, which will later be cut into smaller chunks. By placing the mold rubber sheet into that amazing machine, they're able to cut the ball halves to easily heat and make them sturdy. One more important thing, they're going to do some finishing by grinding the ball halves to make sure they are even before putting some stiffened glue to secure the halves and make a perfect ball. After the rubber cores have been heated and molded, they need to cool down. This step is crucial because it solidifies the rubber and ensures it keeps its shape. The hot, newly molded balls are taken out of the molds and left to cool. This cooling process helps the balls achieve their final form and ensures they are sturdy enough. The balls are ready for their felt cover. The outer layer of a tennis ball is made from felt. Large sheets of felt are carefully cut into precise shapes. This felt will create the iconic fuzzy cover of the ball. The cutting machines ensure every piece is the right size and shape. The adhesive used must be strong enough to hold the felt in place during intense play while remaining flexible to avoid affecting the ball's bounce. The prepared felt pieces are glued onto the rubber core. This step is done with great care to ensure the felt is evenly distributed and securely attached. These machines are used to stiffen the green wrap onto the balls firmly, so they make sure your tennis balls are worth buying. It's all about precision and care to make sure each ball performs just right on the court. After the rubber cores are all set and covered in felt, the balls go into this super cool pressurized chamber. This chamber is kind of like a mini pressure cooker for tennis balls. It's filled with air, and then that air is pumped into the balls. Without this pressurization, the balls wouldn't bounce correctly. They'd be too flat or too stiff. Basically, it's all about getting that perfect bounce so the balls play just like they're supposed to. Once the balls are pumped up to their ideal pressure, they're sealed in these airtight containers. The containers keep the balls from losing any air before they reach the store or your local tennis court. It's super important because if the balls lost pressure, they wouldn't perform as well. Each step is essential to create a tennis ball that's durable, bouncy, and ready for the game. Who doesn't like the crunchy nuts? But have ever wondered what happens to them before they reach your table? The process starts with the first step, washing. Once washed, the walnuts move onto a conveyor belt for sorting. Here, they're carefully checked to separate the good ones from the ones that didn't make the cut. With the walnuts now dry, it's time for cracking. They head to the cracking machines, which carefully break open the hard outer shells. The cracking machines are designed to handle this task efficiently while keeping the nut halves intact. Watch as the shells split open and the walnut pieces fall into bins. After cracking, the walnuts are inspected. They move through packaging machines where they're weighed, bagged, and sealed tight, ready to be shipped out and enjoyed. Breadsticks are a beloved snack and appetizer. Millions of people enjoy it every day. Let's see how the simple dough is transformed into crispy golden breadsticks. The magic starts as the mixer combines everything into a soft, sticky mixture ready for the next step. Kneading helps the dough develop its strength so the breadsticks will be just right. Chewy on the inside and crispy on the outside. The dough is then rolled out and fed into a shaping machine. Here, it's cut into perfect breadstick shapes. The machine slices the dough into long, thin sticks, ready to be baked. Next stop, the oven. The breadsticks are sent to an oven to give them their final tasty texture. Ready meals are so convenient, and they taste great too. But what makes these meals so special? Let's find out. Yeah, reheat them in oven or maybe on stove. They become tasty again in few moments. Here, fresh meat is mixed and prepared with a perfect blend of seasoning and other ingredients. Next, let's visit the pasta section. The dough is made from high-quality flour and water, mixed to perfection. Once the dough is ready, it's shaped and cut into pasta, ready to be cooked. In this enormous machine, rice is thoroughly mixed and prepared. This ensures even cooking and seasoning. The machine cooks the rice to perfection, making sure each grain is just right. Once cooked, the rice is portioned into containers, ready to join the rest of the meal. Pasta is added, creating a balanced and hearty dish. When meals are rapidly frozen, the low temperatures prevent the growth of bacteria and mold, which can cause spoilage. This helps to extend the shelf life of the meals, ensuring they remain safe and fresh from the factory to the consumer's table. Also, to lock in the fresh flavors. The final step is packaging. Each meal is sealed for freshness and labeled for convenience, ensuring it reaches you in perfect condition. From the factory to your fridge, ready meals are carefully handled every step of the way.